episode of The Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Betsy Knabe Roe, and she is the director-curator of the Montminy Gallery. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Adonica.
Oh, good to have you here, Betsy. So tell us what's happening over at Montminy these days.
Okay, at Montminy, right now, we have up an exhibit entitled Over Time, 100 Years of Art Scene, S-E-E-N, and then Scene, S-C-E-N-E, in Boone County. We were connecting with the History Museum side of Boone County, and they are celebrating 100 years of the Historical Society. Mm-hmm. So we're covering 100 years of artists who have influenced or they have had some connection with Boone County. It's a lot of time. And we really had, thank goodness I had a committee because we had to select. Yeah. But not completely inclusive by any means. But it's 32 artists.
Okay, I would imagine that was quite a process.
It was. And it was also a matter of finding artworks by some of these artists, where those pieces are. We were managed to borrow from collectors, and some of the artists actually had, mentors, images of mentors that they had learned from. So it's fun to see the connections between all the different people in this exhibit.
Yeah, and you said there's 32 artists that are involved. And is it one piece from each artist, or is it multiple?
It really kind of depended on what we could get, but sometimes there's multiples. But we just filled the gallery. So. And
wonderful.
It starts with Tracy Montminy, who is our benefactress, and it moves. And she came here and started as an artist in the 30s, I want to say.
Okay,
I might be wrong on that, but and then it moves forward through a lot of deceased artists, unfortunately, but artists who are also alive.
Yeah. That's nice. We'll have to come and check that out.
Yeah.
And I know,
do.
In conjunction with everything that's going on with the History Museum, the 100 years, probably a really great time to kind of that 100 years is a big mark.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah. And it's exciting, like I say, to see that breadth of history of artists and how the artist community has built up in Boone County and Columbia, and those ties that are so strong, and how the mentoring process has been a really great process because we rely on each other.
Yes.
And we need each other as artists. And then the community, of course, that's a great thing. And I also did I had planned on having Byron Smith in the exhibit anyway. And so I went ahead. I've heard about him on the Monday we were installing. So I put out a call with help, of course, to put up a wall of his artwork and memorialize his life.
That is amazing. I'm sure very many people will be interested in checking that out.
And anybody can come in and leave, memories or whatever. There's a little desk there for them.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. And what else do you have happening?
On the 1st of August from 7 to 8, we're doing an artist roundtable. So I gathered some of the artists who are exhibiting, and we're going to talk about, just informally, we're going to talk about those connections and influences and mentorees who has learned and moved on, what sort of to just go over those connections and help people see that. So and that's 6 artists from in Columbia. So
and so that's open to the public?
Yes, open to the public, absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. And I imagine we can find more information about that event on your website?
Yes, at themontminy.org.
Okay, and so we can come and check it out and hear, because you talked a lot about those connections and those mentor kind of mentee relationships. And I imagine anybody in the art community or who appreciates art would love to hear more about the people who have mentored.
Yes.
I guess you don't think about that much.
And some of these artists, they're vary in ages, so we have those. We have that at the round table. We have people who have mentored others, and also kind of defied the museum label that people don't read labels, but we have short biographies and. Sometimes with quotes from the community of each of the artists.
Okay.
And I learned so much
I'm sure.
from putting these together and learning about them, and I had a lot of help with that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is not something I could do by myself.
Yeah, the help's important, right? It's important to have help.
Yes.
To put together things like this.
Absolutely.
For the community to be able to come out and hopefully read the labels.
Well, and it's just interesting. It's fascinating to see. I find it's fascinating to see what those connections are and how different artists think about art and why they do what they do.
Yeah, that's always a good question. Okay, before we go, what are the hours of the gallery?
The gallery is open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 5.
Okay, Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. You can stop in the gallery, take a look at the exhibit that's up through September 2nd, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Thanks,
100
Adelika.
years. Thank you so much, Betsy, for joining us. We appreciate you. And hopefully we'll get some folks out to Montminy to check it out.
Come on out.
All right.
Thanks.